Jordan Peterson says something this week, which he sort of summed it up in a way that I've never heard anyone uh, say it so concisely. He says, a father is radically on the side of who the child could become, and a mother is more radically on the side of who the child is.
Huh.
Isn't that cool? Like, I know that like that's may not be true in every marriage, but I think that that is really basic to the design of the family team. When I meet with fathers, I'm constantly like we're talking about like very like visionary conversations, and so we need to be leading our families onto mission, and our wives need to be freed up to say, well, like they do need to be able to say, like we need to pump the brakes a little bit here. Like we're
Yeah.
leaving one of our kids behind, like we need to make sure that who the child is being cared for. And
Hmm.
I think it's really important to embrace this tension because if you give in to either side of this, if you are father led but you just run over your wife, then your kids are going to be neglected and you're going to be on mission, but in a way that's going to probably cause you to lose, one or more of the children from the next generation. So you got to be
Yeah.
really thoughtful about what the mother is sensing there. But I have seen the opposite happen where the mom just has basically complete control of this brake and pedal and she just pulls the brake really hard because she sees any attempt at mission as being a threatening to who the
Yeah.
child is. But this then throttles who that child could be or who the family, like part of what, Peterson's saying this as a very individual thing, like who the child is. But I think we could say the same thing, like a father is radically on the side of who the family team could become. A
Hmm.
mother is more radically on the side of who the family team is today.
Yeah.
And so that tension, you got to let that tension play out in the context of trying to figure out how to be a family on mission.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that is such a tension, and understanding that it's okay to have both at the same time, I think will really give your family a leg up in this journey, because if you feel that as like like a headbutting tension,
Yeah.
then it's going to be you versus me or us versus them. But if like a competition, but if you see it as an opposing, where one side is holding up one side of the roof trusses and the other side is holding up the other side of the roof trusses. You need each other to create that support structure so that the family mission can move forward. So the mom does need to be training her children to be kind and waving to the neighbor and helping the old lady who just dropped something on the ground. Those things need to be trained so that the dad's mission of like traveling, to the next state over, or going to Mexico to build a house for a week or something like that, so that those things can come to fruition at some point. And so both are needed. And I encourage the wives to really kind of rise to the challenge. Like we are not in this just to focus on our little babies and make them into like the cutest, most aesthetic, you know, accessories to the life that we're wanting to design. No, we are surrendered to the King. We've dedicated our children to Him, and it is our job to carry out the mission that we're on as believers and that our husbands are leading us in. And so I just encourage you to really step into that. The figuring out how to help carry out your husband's vision.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah, we're blessed to be a blessing. That was the original family blessing given to the family of Abraham was I will bless you so that you can be a blessing. And there is a danger in taking the first half of the blessing and not properly thinking through and intentionally uh, living out the second half of being a blessing. So yeah, that's something we really want to encourage you guys to consider.